Hi guys, this is Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at Android 2.3, also known as Gingerbread. It's going to be available soon on the Samsung-built Google Nexus S smartphone. Some of the obvious changes you'll notice in the Gingerbread UI is that the status line up at the top is now black. Helps with see more dark colors in general because it helps with power savings on Super AMOLED displays like that on the Nexus S. Notice the use of green for the signal strength bars as well, easier to see especially on a colorful Super AMOLED display. Take a look at the things here, also a little bit changed. Again, more use of dark colors, a little bit sharper lines. Go back to the home screen. If you look at the bottom, the box here with the controls here, also use of green and sharper corners. Still not entirely sharp corners, but just less rounded than you see here on Froyo on the left. Gingerbread has some added Task Manager functionality in it. Bring up the menu here and I go to Manage Apps. Of course, it shows you all the apps that are in the system and things you've downloaded and such, but if you go to the Running tab, it gives you pretty quick access for shutting down certain applications. So I can hit here and I can stop it. And now the settings is no longer running, no longer consuming resources potentially. Another one of the changes in terms of the user interface on Gingerbread you'll notice is seen when you're on a list. Notice that when I try to drag past the top of the list to get that bit of color up at the top, I can of course see the same thing at the very bottom. It's just a subtle indication to tell you that there's no more to scroll to. And one last cool UI change on Gingerbread is seen when you power off the device. It looks like an old television, just as it fades into the center and forms a sharp line. I'll do it again. It's kind of cool. Bring up the main menu here, and you can see the improved 3D look of it. It's kind of cool. And while we're here, let's bring up the totally new YouTube application. It's quite cool. I search on MobileBurn just so I can get to some stuff I'm familiar with. My own video here, recently posted, and you'll see we've got this nice new view here. It's going to start playing. I'll turn down the volume a little bit. It's playing. We can pause it, and you've got these tabs for going through comments and things like that, but you can also swipe to move between them. I have to admit the swiping didn't always work for me in other parts of the YouTube app, but it seems to work pretty well here. If you're signed in, you have to add an account, but if you're signed in, then you can say that you like it or something, and there's other functionality here too, favoriting, sharing, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to jump back to the home screen here just so you can see what else it looks like. Again, you just easily tap on something and you can see related videos. This one says somebody had a bad accident on a German show called Wetten das, just like we saw before. There's also a button here for quickly going into the video record mode. Now there's no HD video on this device, just like most of the stock Android devices. So recording something here, we're done. And it's going to ask us to sign in so we can upload it directly to YouTube, which is pretty cool. And there are other sections you can look at as well. My channel, you can browse through various categories. Switch tabs, and again you should be able to swipe. And then there's some settings. We'll turn on high quality mode just for the future. But much improved YouTube experience with this application. Another much talked about feature of Android 2.3 Gingerbread is the NFC system. This is an NFC card. It's meant to be stuck on a window or something like that. You can see recommended on Google, Google Places icon there. All I have to do is hold the phone up to it and it automatically launches the Tags application. It shows you we've got two links here. We can either watch the link in YouTube or watch it in the browser. So I'm just going to tap here on YouTube and bring it up. We're just in the YouTube app. You can see here's the backstory for the Nexus S. And something I didn't show you before, all I have to do is rotate the device to get to the full screen mode. So you have a lot more flexibility now on how you view the videos, but of course, NFC is nothing but potential right now. It's not really being used very much anywhere in the United States. although it is being heavily used in other countries for things like payments and such. There is yet more to see in terms of video, though. This is the first version of Android to support the new Google WebM video format. So, I mean, it's not going to look much different to you, but this is actually a WebM VP8 encoded video stream. And just to show you again how that works, right now I'm in Google Images. I'm going to view in full size an old image of mine, actually. Long press on it, and I'm going to save it. You can see it's being downloaded. Downloads completed here. And if we go back to the download app, you'll see there it is again. And tap on it, of course, to bring it up into the image viewer. Another difference with Gingerbread has to do with the camera. This is nothing special here. I'm just taking a picture of a toy that's on the floor. But if I go into settings here and with the menu button and hit switch camera, you'll notice that there is built-in support for the forward-facing camera. This can actually be used for video calling. There's a native SIP VoIP support in Gingerbread, where we didn't see that before in other versions of Android. You had to use something like Kik or Fring or things like that. So hopefully we'll see video versions of Google Talk in the near future and be able to take advantage of that quite easily. There are a few new live wallpapers. This one's called Microbes, and basically anywhere you tap on the screen will create food, and the various different colored microbes will swarm around it and start eating, and eventually they'll grow and then die, and you'll see dead shells of microbes fall down across the screen. Also, when you tap on them, it scares them away, and so eventually it forms little rings around where the microbes. And this is the new Nexus live wallpaper, very similar to the one originally seen on the Nexus 1.